Hey guys, just give you a few minutes for a few more people to get online. I'm at the beach with my dog because I couldn't get him walk this morning because I had a meeting. So we're out in the sunshine because it's freaking cold in winter in New Zealand, and you take the sunshine while you can. And he's just learning to swim, so if you hear me start yelling at him, not yelling, telling him to come back, then you'll know why, because I don't want him to go too far, and he loves the water so much, it's crazy. So I wanted to do today's live a little bit differently, because a lot of people don't know my background or why I do what I do, and I actually really want people to know that I actually authentically give a shit about the space I have in the world as a leader, because it's finally taken me to I'm 40 next year. I know you're thinking that you look like 21. But it's honestly taken me that freaking long to actually just decide that I am here for more. I've known for a really long time, probably since a kid, that I was here for more. I just didn't know what that looked like. And it's kind of confusing if you know you're here for more but you don't know what it looks like. And then you spend your life being told that you're too loud, that you're different, that you're weird, and that's the kind of things I was told while I was growing up by peers and friends. And look, that's cool, I'm over that, don't need to go therapy about that. But I'm just going to call my dog back, hang on a second. Monty, come on, Monty, come on. But my daughter, so I want to talk to you about my history, my background, and a little bit of a message for you today. My daughter this morning broke my heart. My daughter woke up this morning, she's 7. Monty! And she broke my heart this morning. She's about to be 8, and she said to me, Mummy, there's one part of my body that I hate. So of course that stopped me in my tracks, and she said to me, Mummy, I hate my face, I'm ugly. Whoa. It was like seeing me. It was like hearing me as an 8-year-old, because that's what I thought of myself. I grew up thinking that I was ugly, right? My parents never told me anything like that. My parents were fantastic. But for some weird reason I had it. So my daughter, she broke my heart today and I said that to her, how much that when I look at her face, she lights my heart up. She lights my world up. Because what she doesn't realise is that she was the catalyst 7 years ago for me stepping out to be the person who other people saw me as. Isn't that interesting? Other people have always seen me as this person, but I never accepted or could see myself as that. So my beautiful daughter, who is just gorgeous in so many ways, doesn't realise the impact she's already having on the world and having on me, even though she thinks that she's ugly, which is heartbreaking and a total other subject. So the reason why I wanted to talk about that today and about why that's part of my story is that when I had her, I then became the parent, and pretty much, you get then out detached from your own parents. So these decisions, these immunizations, these breastfeeding, there's all sorts of things. And for once in my life, I made informed decisions around so many topics, and my husband and I, we became the parents, right? So it's kind of like your first time out on your own as a leader, because you're leading your family. And my daughter, she doesn't know it, and I can't wait for her to tell her as she gets a little bit older and see that now, that she was my catalyst to change, to actually, we're all here in the world to do something, but not all of us want to go ahead and make that kind of impact, but I do, and that's what I'm stepping into my ownership of. And that's why I give a shit about the people that I work with and who are clients of mine, is because I want to work with women who know that they're here for more, and the vehicle in which they do their work is what it's all about. And when you start to step away from knowing that your business isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Like it's a 100% commitment. You've got to be all in. There's no plan B, there's no ifs, there's no buts, because you're actually here to do more. And part of my background is I had my first job when I was about 7. My father had a vegetable shop, and he'll tell me, luckily for me, he doesn't go on Facebook. He owned one of the first organic fruit veggie shops in the North Shore. And he used to get me, how bad was this, if he couldn't actually get the organic kiwi fruit in, he would ask me to take the stickers off and put them out as organic produce. That's terrible. So So I had my first job when I was 7. I then actually got a proper paid job when I was 12. And from there, I loved the environment of hospitality. So I'm actually a chef by trade. I was one of the last trained chefs, the old style apprenticeships, where it was a 3-year apprenticeship where you got paid by the apprenticeship companies to work in quite prestigious places. So I worked in the Hyatt Regency Auckland for 3.5 4 years, and they paid me to go to uni to get my culinary arts. And man, what an incredible time. And again, you know, it was a very male dominated place. There was probably 2 to 3 of us women in a brigade of about 25 chefs. So you can imagine you had to be staunch isn't the right word, but you had to kind of fit in. And I suppose that's where I've learnt in my whole working life, where you fitted in. It wasn't until I had my daughter that I realised that I was look, I've always known that I was good at leading people and coaching people, but it was the birth of my daughter 8 years ago that made me actually step into that. So I'm a chef by trade. I then went and lived in Europe for 6 years and worked in some very cool cookery holiday homes where you literally took corporates and you took them on a cookery holidays. It was just fantastic time of my life. Came back and started working with this lady who ran her own cafe, and I became a business partner. Little did I know, being the naive person that I was at the time, that there was actually no money, and it went a little bit pear-shaped. But I think of it like, instead of paying money to go to university, I paid and lost money in a real life environment. So then from there, I was able to help people in a cafe hospitality environment know what not to do. Okay, so I then kind of had that kind of criteria of saying, hey, I know what not to do in a business. And so from there, I've been business development manager for other people's businesses. I had the birth of my child. I then became a tutor to help people in hospitality management because I felt that I wanted to get out there and help teach people. So that was where the first teaching appointment came in for me. I then also, after the birth of Ruby, was then promoted when I had a baby of 1.5 years to take a company that was into receivership and be part of turning it around. So I was in effect the face of the company for probably about 5 years as the general manager. That was phenomenal. That was the first time that I'd been sat down and told I had exceptional leadership qualities and a way with people. So part of what I knew as I grew into that leadership role was that I actually was here for more, and I was going to be wasting it working for someone else. And I knew I didn't want to have a hospitality venture. I knew that I actually wanted to get out there and help women. So of course I did my first should business, which was helping women go back to work, because that's what I'd been helping graduates do. Once they graduated, I then helped them get into work. What I didn't realise is that what I was ignoring was the call of women saying, Nat, can you help us in our business? But because I wasn't a qualified business coach, I thought I couldn't do it. But what I realised is that I already had the life experience and the background and the evidence that I could help women move through with what I call imperfect action, and getting them to see that they're enough already. Because I just finally decided after so long, after just trying to please so many people, that was this it? Was this life? And I think I just stopped finally giving a shit, because what's the actual worst that can happen? It's already kind of happening now, right? What's the worst that's going to happen if you step out and go for it? So some people have asked, what is your background now? And I thought I'd give a little bit of evidence of what my story was. I'm really hoping you can't see up my nostrils as I'm talking to you right now. But that is kind of it in a nutshell. My working history goes a lot longer than that, but I've tried to keep it concise for the live shoot today. And I know it suddenly got a little bit distracting with me having to throw the ball, because the dog just realised I had the ball. But if you have any questions, I'd love to hear them. Part of what I teach into now really is about, it's taken me this long to just decide if I just listen to my intuition and take action on it, I'm going to get the clarity that I need. And I think it's really important, and that's what I'm trying to teach with women in business, is that, you know, you can have all the strategy. There's actually no freaking new shit out there, people. It's the same strategy. It's just that you're responsible for your results, not your coach, not your husband, not whatever. If you're not willing to work through all the mindset stuff, it's so important. So hit me up with anything below. If you're watching this later and you have some questions, then let me know. Otherwise, I am looking at putting together a really cool planning workshop at my house. A lot of people have love how I plan, because I keep it simple, I keep it non-hard detailed, I keep it from your intuition, we keep it strategic, we don't try and like fancy it up, and it's about working towards your goals month by month, week by week, every day, and it's getting you to actually tick into your proper purpose, is that even a good word? You know, because everyone talks about this aligned action, and it might be like, what is aligned action, Nat? Well, it's like when shit's going awesome, then you're in full alignment, right? You're speaking your truth. It's easy when you speak your truth. It's not hard to post every day. When you speak your truth, it's not hard to be with a client, and it all does actually just flow. Truth be told though, right, if you want to make money in your business, you have to do the work. You are responsible for doing that work. And if you don't care enough about your clients or enough about what you are delivering to chase them down the street and say, oh my gosh, you've got to work with me because I know that I can help you, then you're not going to find that alignment. You have to be so in love with what you do. And that could sound wanky, but it's kind of like, if you're not doing what you love, why the frick are you doing it? That's me. I know that a few more people have jumped on, but if you've got any other questions, please chuck them in. I'm getting distracted by my dog. He was swimming by himself just before, now he's like wanting me. Let's keep this thread going, so if you've got any questions, keep going. Oh, who gave me a thumbs up? Cute. Otherwise, yeah, I just wanted to let you know a little bit about my background, a little bit around my story, because people are interested in that stuff, which is cool. But pretty much get out of your own freaking way. We all see you anyway. Isn't it funny that other people actually see the real us, and it can take a whole journey to see through that. Anyway, peeps, that'll be it for today. We'll keep it real and do some more truth bombs tomorrow. I'm going to be in the city tomorrow. But let me know if you're interested in this planning session that I've got coming up. I'm just going to keep it really tight and small, because that way it's like one-on-one without the price of being one-on-one, which is cool when you have a group and you can split it. Anyway, gorgeous people, hit me up if you're interested. Have an awesome day.